Hello, this is Andrew, and in this daily fix kind of short video, I'll be going beyond personal development, character scenarios, multiplicity, and all those ideas. See, at the time, those ideas were useful until I had a little bit of an insight on how it works, how things work in life. One of the things I'll talk about in this video is the aesthetic part of life, also the how nature is not what we think it is. We separate a lot of stuff into different areas, segregate ideas and such. Another thing I'll be talking about is the idea of the dominance hierarchy as a lie, and I think I said this before, but personal development is also a lie. You see, I'm not saying it's a full lie, it's more like partial, because there's partial truths and partial lies, correct? But altogether in this newsletter, I'll also be talking about a new way of interpreting masculine and feminine sides of ourselves, the anima and animus, sort of similar to that, but not quite. So here's where I start. The aesthetic personality, self, nature. It's not just organized into one area. How we view our ego or identity or superego has a lot to do with our own culture and how we are programmed. But we're not programmed like the Matrix. Don't really believe in the idea that we're in a matrix or a simulation, because we automatically visualize that and we take away from life all its beauty and its excellence. Now you see that with this perspective, there is a alternative view on lots of stuff to think about, and I don't know what to call the certain path that I chose for myself. All I have to say, it's different from character scenarios and personal development. Yeah, but also with this alternative view, it's really connected and similar to the Renaissance era, and hopefully the new Renaissance perspective that we can bring back into the world. But I used to say this: you have to be humble and appreciate what we already have, and we have a lot of like things in our environment: food, technology, the ability to have free will, but it's not so held together as we might think. Because other than that, why personal development is a lie is because it only leads you so far. In a linear fashion, you try to better yourself all the time, and it doesn't take you anywhere altogether. And you want to learn more after that, but you're stuck in a trap, and that trap is basically, this is the end of the road. You don't have anywhere to go because you figured out everything you needed to figure out, which is ultimately a lie that you believe, and it's one of the traps. For example, Leo Gura got himself into. That's what I believe. Leo Gura is the YouTuber Actualized.org, and he has a very linear way of seeing things. Like Teal Swan is another one that has this new age perspective that is really detrimental. So after I was in this world of personal development, I got hooked on it. I did a lot of stuff. Like, I got stronger, got a better body, and I did a lot of things that I normally wouldn't have done. It was back in 2017, and I met people, had a great time, but I ran into more traps and didn't hold my values together because I was stuck in this mentality of dominance in my masculine side. And it took me a while to really think on how to really be myself and be new. So I embraced my feminine side and realized that I'm actually partially trans in a way. Masculine, feminine, guy, girl kind of thing. But there's so many genders and so many gender identities I don't even know which one to focus on. But right now I'm more structured, more on the dominant side. But when it gets too much toxicity to itself, I focus on the submissive side. And a lot of us think that the submissive side is weak and it's not coherent with the world. And the only reason why that's the case is we recently were up to the point where submissiveness was new to our societies because women didn't really have freedom until recently, and we recently got this way of like opposite idea where men should be more feminine, women should be more masculine in a way, and the idea of feminism and the red pill group and all that, really changed the perspective. I don't really believe in either. You see, this aesthetic side is not just aesthetically in beauty, it's aesthetically in concept, world of ideas, much more than just that. It's the new renaissance, that's what I gotta say. And all I gotta say is that one woman that really inspired me was this artist that travels the world. I'll probably say her name later, but she inspired me to see a whole different world, and that's what the aesthetic is connected to. It's probably even beyond that. But the thing that I believe to change the way we think about this is gonna be really cool to mention. You see, we talk about archetypes and personality traits like alpha, beta, sigma, all that type of stuff. We create all these ideas concerned to it, and sometimes you have to hone into it and create your own archetype, your own idea, your own way of viewing the world, and then you can forwardly connect more with the world and conform a little bit as well as not conform, and be the lone wolf or be by yourself for a while to create that source of solitude in that environment that you can thrive with. Now, what's cool about this is that no longer do we have to think in a way of hypergamy, and relationship types and such, because this blew my mind really well. There is no balance between light and dark. They're just aspects of the cosmos. They're not opposites, just like matter and dark matter aren't opposites either. You see, we can still hone into that idea that it is, but to see more vaster and farther is also a trap. Now, to conclude everything I've said, I can go on for hours talking about this, but there's something within the aesthetic nature of the world which basically communicates that materials, computers, couches, the outside, inside, different places, they connect. They're all part of nature's. And we go beyond that, beyond Earth, and we see other types of natures too. And inherently, our mental primitive nature is to think that we're all one, but you haven't even figured out what the one means. You just have this idea because of culture taught you to believe this way. And I really convey the idea of atheism, but I realize my fault in trying to desensitize the type of respect I have for other people. However, I don't have respect for the religion. I don't really think. Well, there's other religions that I have more appreciation for, definitely. But all I gotta say is, when you get to the point where you are in this aesthetic type of perspective, and appreciate the beauty and appreciate even the ugly parts. You start to see things a little different. Like fat, obese people start to look attractive, and you see a vaster way of thinking. Not vast, like big, because obviously I don't really go with the idea of a dominance hierarchy or a submissive hierarchy. It's a little different. But altogether, that's all I gotta say for now. So keep in touch, comment if you want, and see you. Thanks, guys.